All right, let's talk about how to buy your very first Bitcoin. We're going to cut through all the noise and give you a simple step-by-step guide to do it safely so you can avoid all the common traps that new folks fall into. So you've been hearing all the buzz, right? You've seen the headlines. And for a while now, you've probably been thinking, man, I kind of want in on this. You're curious for sure, but maybe just a little bit hesitant. And that's where a lot of people get stuck, isn't it? It feels like this whole new universe with its own language, its own rules. It's like, where do you even begin? Well, that's exactly what we're going to clear up for you right now. Okay, first things first, before you even think about clicking buy, we have to get on the same page about what you're actually buying. This is the foundation for everything else, so it's super important. Let's start with this key idea, a decentralized asset. What does that even mean? Well, it means Bitcoin isn't just digital money. It's a whole new kind of property that you and only you own and control directly. There's no bank that can freeze it, no third party you have to ask permission from. This simple phrase right here, it gets right to the heart of the matter. When you own Bitcoin the right way, and don't worry, we'll get to that, you are in complete control. It's a massive shift in how we think about ownership, moving from trusting big institutions to, well, trusting yourself. All right, so now that we've got the what down, let's get into the how. We're going to put together your Bitcoin starter kit with all the essential tools you'll need to get going safely. Your very first stop is a crypto exchange. You can just think of it like a marketplace for digital money. Now, the most important rule here is to use a trusted, well-known platform. Seriously, avoid those random websites or people messaging you on social media. That's a guaranteed way to lose your cash. And listen up, this part is huge. The absolute first thing you do after you create your account is enable 2FA. This adds a critical layer of security that requires a second code to log in. It's a total non-negotiable for keeping your account safe. The sign-up process itself is actually pretty simple. You'll start with your email, then you'll do a quick identity check, which they call KYC, and then finally, you'll just link up your payment method, like a debit card or bank account. Now, don't be alarmed when you see KYC. This is a totally normal and necessary step. The exchanges have to do this to stop fraud and follow the rules, just like any regular bank would. It's really there for your own protection. Okay, your account is set up, security is locked down. Now for the really exciting part. Let's walk through how to make that very first purchase and officially step into the world of Bitcoin. On pretty much every exchange, the process is incredibly simple. You'll see a big Buy Crypto button somewhere, you'll select BTC for Bitcoin, and then you just type in the amount you want to buy. They make it as easy as they can. And here's something that surprises a lot of newcomers. You don't need thousands of dollars to get in the game. You can start with an amount as small as $10. The barrier to entry is just super low. So how is that even possible when you hear one Bitcoin costs so much? Well, it's because you can buy what's called a fractional Bitcoin, or sets as they're often called. You're just buying a tiny piece of one, which makes it totally accessible, no matter what your budget is. And hey, here's a pro tip for you right from the start. Instead of trying to time the market and dumping a bunch of money in all at once, think about buying smaller amounts regularly. This is called dollar cost averaging. It helps smooth out the crazy price swings and lowers your risk. It's a much smarter way to play. So, you've bought your first Bitcoin. That's awesome. But your work isn't done yet. Now we get to what is, without a doubt, the single most important step in this entire process. This is the one that makes sure you truly own your asset. Once you buy Bitcoin on an exchange, you need to move it into your own personal wallet. Now, there are two main types, hot wallets and cold wallets. Hot wallets are basically just apps that are always online, which is convenient but also a bit riskier. Cold wallets are physical devices that you keep completely offline, which makes them the absolute most secure way to store your crypto. You're going to hear this saying all the time in crypto, and for good reason. If you leave your Bitcoin on an exchange, you're just trusting them to keep it safe. But if they get hacked or go out of business, poof, your funds could be gone. When you move it to your own wallet, you hold the keys. You are in control. Okay, you now have the full toolkit to buy and truly secure your Bitcoin. But the journey doesn't end there, you know. This final step is all about getting into the right mindset for the long haul. Before you go any further, just take a breath and take some time to learn. You've got to understand that crypto markets move in these huge cycles of boom and bust. You have to accept that prices can go absolutely wild. And the golden rule, the number one rule, is to never invest money you aren't completely okay with losing. This quote right here just hits the nail on the head. The crypto world is filled with stories of people getting rich quick, but you know what? The real winners are the ones who play the long game. The potential is absolutely there, but you unlock it with knowledge and patience, not by treating it like a lottery ticket. And that's really it. From understanding what it is you're buying to securing it in your own wallet and then adopting a smart strategy, you now have the complete roadmap to do this the right way. You've taken that first step, which is always the biggest one. You've gone from being a curious observer to an active participant. You now have the knowledge, you have the tools. The journey is really just beginning. And the next chapter, well, that's yours to write.